Hello, hello. Welcome to the daily 1 hour political tarot live stream on the Black and Orange channel. I'm here every day. I'm known as Autumn around here, and I'm trying to figure out the best way, or best place to put the camera. I had to move the stand yesterday. Oh, maybe down. Maybe that'll help. Maybe make it a little easier to see the cards. Let's see. We'll try that. We'll try that. Hello, welcome for being here. Thank you for being here. Usually, if the first 10 or 15 minutes, I take your questions, just put them in all caps in the chat, please. And then I usually spend the rest of the time reading on those questions. If I don't get to your question, it's never anything personal, I promise. Or if I don't acknowledge you, it's never anything on purpose. So, just so you know, I would hate to think I had hurt anybody's feelings. That is the antithesis of what I'm trying to do here. So, because really what I'm trying to do is help everybody just sleep a little bit better at night. And if this helps, then I'm here every day. So, if you are watching a replay, down in the comments, the pinned is the first comment, or in the description box will be a list of all the questions I cover today, and they'll be time stamped, and you can just click on the numbers and go right where you want to go. Also, we have the best moderators on the internet right here. Amazing. You guys are amazing. There's Cappy's mom, Wondering Eyes, right there. We have others: Linda, Noelle, Keisha. There are others. I never remember all of them all off the top of my head, and I'm sorry for that, because you guys are just amazing. So thank you. Okay, and 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. And I guess that's about it. I have been losing patrons, which I understand. I'm surprised I haven't lost more, considering the economic situation. So, just wanted to let you know that if you've had to leave patron land, I understand. It's hard. It's hard right now, and you know, I want to do whatever I can to help you. All right. I know that some of you are particularly struggling hard, and so I'm here for you, just so you know. All right, for everybody, as much as I can be. I get frustrated that I don't have more that I can give. So, anyway, okay. I guess that's about it. All right, I'm going to scroll back up in the chat, and I'm going to look for anything in all caps, and we'll read that. Okay, Wondering Eyes. Amber is a lovely, absolutely lovely stone. It's actually resin from millions of years ago that has fossilized, and it's wonderful stuff. It's not my name. It's not the name I go by around here. It's not my given name, which I don't use on this channel, mainly because this is a separate thing from the other business I do, and my given name is very long and complicated and hard to say. And people misspell it all the time. So you can think of me as the really, 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 really nice Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah. Just if I was in charge of if you gave me your kids, or if I had your kids for a while, they would come back to you after not a long period of time. I'd probably take them. They'd probably have like would watched a movie, and they'd eaten ice cream, and then you'd get them back. There you go. Anyway, Wondering Eyes. The downvote was there when I turned on my notification 30 minutes before start time. I believe it. Oh, and it's gone again. Oh, it's gone. Somebody bothered to come through, downvote, and then yeah. I usually get between 1 and 6 downvotes every single day, which is just it's bizarre, but sure. Okay, blessing Autumn and mods. To Greg Scott. So, the Twitter hack yesterday, was it a one-time thing or maybe a test for the election? There was a great description of that this morning. You'll definitely read on that. But as I'm putting this in, I've got to tell you, there's a great description of that hack yesterday. It was on the news today. Time stamping in progress. Basically, the hackers basically got a way in through by social engineering, basically messing with a particular employee, and then they had access to whatever they wanted, and they hacked literally some of the biggest names in the world. I think it was Obama and Elon Musk and some other people as well. And it moved some of them over to like some kind of Bitcoin thing, and they made probably about $100,000 right away. And grand total from doing that, they may have made $300,000. But here's the thing, considering who they were hacking, they did not think this through. Matter of fact, people were saying today on the news that these are the dumbest criminals ever. They said this is like robbing a bank and taking all the lollipops. It's just anyway, I will read on that. Melissa, Russia is accused of trying to steal the illness vaccine information and intellectual property. Yes? Yes. Did you want me to read on something about that? What was your question? Please let me know. Fabulous moderators. Yes, we do. We have fantastic moderators. Rita saying, hi, Autumn. Moderators, lovely souls. Jazzy girl. Hello, Autumn and everybody. Great emojis. Really being supportive of each other. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Janine. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. And there's no question. Okay, Lindsay. Lindsay's asking, was the tweet from Ivanka and later Donald endorsing the beans a bribe or personal favor to help Trump with attorney's fees? Oh, good question. Let me add that to the list. Thank you, Lindsay. Okay, and Beverly. Halloween deck is out. It's going to be a good reading. Greetings, Autumn and everybody. Aw, thank you. I love this deck. This deck, I don't know. This is like this deck is magical. I've had this. I bought this thing in college. This deck is like it's getting up near what? Gosh, that's depressing. It's getting up near 20, 30. It's getting up near 30 years old? Really? Oh my gosh. Yeah, getting up near 30. How has it survived this long? I don't understand. My other decks, they don't, some of the decks I bought in the last couple of years don't last, but these do. Anyway. Greetings, Autumn and everybody. Wondering Eyes. Sorry, Autumn was just talking to my friend Amber too. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just letting people know because it's not it happens regularly. It's not you. Don't worry about it. I just wanted to let people know. I get yeah. If you're around, I get called Becca, and I have to tell people I'm not that. I am not Becca because she is amazing and wonderful, and I cannot live up to her talent. And then some people occasionally call me Sienna, who I could never ever live up to her talent, and she's amazing. And I don't know of a reader named Amber, but if there is one, I don't want somebody to think I'm trying to steal thunder away from her either. Okay, Rita. Hi, Cappy's mom. Wondering Eyes. Renee Rogers. Sharon. Okay. All right. And And it jumped. It jumped. I missed questions. Okay, hieroglyphic. Is it significant that Dumpty's Twitter wasn't hacked? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, hieroglyphic. That's a good question. You guys come up with the best questions. Things I would not have thought to read on. Janine, I saw Obama wanted to be paid in Bitcoin. That's how you knew it was a hack. Huh? Okay. Priesteris, Brad Parscale was canned for dating Hope Hicks. Well, wasn't he made campaign manager and she's back in the White House and he just got demoted and his assistant took over, and I guess this morning there was a meeting and he was getting all sort of weepy, probably because he couldn't skim huge amounts of money off the campaign anymore. I'm gonna lose my Lamborghini. Anyway, yeah, and Mims. Hello, very glad Parscale was taken down a notch. He'll be up to no good cyberwise. Oh, will he be up to no good cyberwise in the November election? As much as he can. I'll add it to the list, but I don't know if my intuition's going to pick up anything other than, yeah. Maria, blessings to you Ottoman mods. If Trump cheated, if Trump cheated, that is, you're an optimist, Maria. I like that about you. If he cheated and stole the presidency, then Hillary is really your president. Yes. We know. We know. Not happy about it. But okay, what's going to happen in Georgia? Governor banned mask restrictions. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and he's I believe the mayor of Savannah has come out and said some very pointed things about that, and I really have. I didn't know anything about the governor of Savannah as of when I went to bed last night, but after I woke up this morning and saw the news, I like him. So, okay, Janine asking, can we ever move to a world of truth and not hacks and propaganda? That's a good question. That's a good question. Let's put this in here. Okay. Okay, that is there. And Rita, can you read on very valuable items that Trump sold from the White House? Are you asking, has he? Or have you heard something? Has Trump sold valuable things from the White House? Interesting. Okay. Bum, bum, anything in all caps. Okay, I'm going to start reading on what I've got on my list. I heard that he did. Woohoo! Oh. Okay. Well, I've got some questions here, so I will. Okay, I'll start with what I've got here. We're at 14 minutes. We're 14 and a bit. Okay, and then we'll ask about specifically, because that was about Twitter. We'll ask about Dumpy's Twitter account, and then the other tweet, and then CyberWise, truth, and valuable items from the White House. Okay. Let me just shuffle the magic cards. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. There are so many times I would have. I mean, if I hadn't started this channel and you guys hadn't shown up, I would be. You calm me down. I would be doing these readings on my own, and I wouldn't think of the great questions you guys have thought of. So, thank you for being here. Thank you. Momud Cricket, you're welcome. Maybe that was... Why did Bart talk about China today? Deflection, anybody? But I could add that to the list here in a minute. But right now I am going to read on the hack yesterday. Was it a one-time thing or a test for the election? It was certainly a wake-up call. Certainly a, yeah, something needs to be done here. Yeah, and why wasn't Trump hacked? It says something, doesn't it? I'm still only halfway through Mary Trump's book. It's depressing, but I'll get there. All right. The Twitter hack yesterday. Okay, closing my eyes, reaching out for the energy. Is this a one-time thing? Or it feels like roadmap. There are actual hackers who were like, oh, how did they do that? One-time thing. One-time thing, or is this? I think this might be two different questions though, because are these people going to do something like this again? Hang on. Are these people going to do something like this again? And then was this something that was only happened once, or is it? Is there going to be more of this toward the election by them or others or what have you? So let me see here. Oh, the kitty. Tower, Knight of Bats, which is the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Ghosts. I'll turn this light on. Make it a little easier to see the cards. A Queen of Cups. They definitely, they were in the house. They got in the house and they caused mayhem and mischief. And cybersecurity, either from national or individual, private, public, they all gone after. They're all going after these particular people. Queen of Cups. It feels like they let me pull a qualifier. Queen of Cups. So these guys, or women, could be women. Yeah, they just like causing chaos. Surprise. Six of Cups, Eight of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Queen of Cups here. Oh, okay. They caused mayhem. Basically, cybersecurity from all over is gone after them. This is things kind of going back to normal and users being able to just kind of go about their business. And then the closer we get to the election, of course there'll be all kinds of different players trying to. It's not really organized. It's here or there, trying this, trying that, trying all different directions, and they might get through somewhat, but it's just a little amount. But for the most part, right now we're in good shape, and onward, they'll do a pretty good job keeping us safe, I think. But let me see, there's more here. Chariot, Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands and the Moon. So toward the election, just feels like regular politics. I think they're going to be what I call shenanigans. It's my shorthand for the things that are going to be done to try and get Trump reelected, and voter suppression and hacking and dumping people off voter rolls and making things harder to vote and on and on and on. I just call them shenanigans. Election shenanigans. We've definitely had that, and right now it doesn't look like there's much to stop it. It's just careening on. And then on top of it, you've got Trump's lies and the Republicans refusing to do something about it. So it's all delusion. There's no problem. Ring around the stupid. But you've got that's cups. This is the merchant card, but it's also Democrats pulling together, which is in the center of the reading. You've got Nine of Wands. It's the Republicans who have created that security fence around Trump. But so you've got the two sides here when it comes to the election, but you'll notice that one is in a stronger position. One's in the center of the deck, which is the card of most significance in these readings. And then the one that's closest to howling at the moon is about the Republicans who have protected Trump. So I think we're going to be okay. But there's going to be shenanigans. There's going to be all kinds. I mean, seriously, at the beginning of every month, check to make sure you're still enrolled to vote. And anything you can do to help yourself and help other people around you, people you know who want to vote. If you can do anything to help them, help them. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, and it may not be a very, very popular thing to say, but I believe so strongly that everyone should vote. And I know this is naive, but I will help anyone to vote, even if they're not going to vote the way I want them to. Everybody should vote. It's too important. So I don't, if I can help somebody vote somehow, I don't ask questions about what they believe. I don't, sure, which I know doesn't seem very smart considering what's scary things in the White House right now, but still. Do you get energy of 45 while reading Mary's book? I love Mother Earth. Oh, what do you mean? I don't understand. Interesting. 45, reading? Yeah. Okay. By the way, I want to say Kathy Anderson. I think she said this is her birthday, but I don't know if she's usually here, but I don't know. Maybe she's off enjoying her birthday. I don't know. Okay, we're nearing 24. Okay, why wasn't Dumpty hacked? Do they know who did the hacking? Like, were they Russians? Could I feel his energy around the book? As much as I could feel anybody else's. When you were reading, do you have creepy crawlies? It depends on who I'm reading on. There was one guy in particular. It's really weird. He's luckily he's disappeared, but early on there was some guy who had done something with Trump. But I read on him and it was awful. It was like I had the most gross astral things crawling all over me. It was awful. I'm so happy I can't remember his name. Anyway, the book, like you get bad creepies when you read. Oh, do I get bad creepies when I read cards on 45? Did I get the same thing when I was reading the book? No. No, and I'm mostly still in the part where she's been talking about her how when she was growing up in the family and the way that the grandfather treated her family specifically, and so no, I haven't much yet, but okay. All right, now we're later. We're at like 25:30. Okay, why wasn't Dumpty's Twitter hacked? All right, hackers, why didn't you hack Dumpty? Did they know where these hackers are from? I'm sorry if you've answered me, I missed it. Why wasn't Dumpty's Twitter hacked? Partnership. Okay, what kind of partnership with Trump? Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Cozy Bear. It's Russia. There we go. Three of Wands. Trump's politically right now. He's in trouble. He is in trouble. Very unsteady energy. Even the cat's like, don't drop that on my head. Be careful with that. Sending message, yeah, trying to undermine. It was a Bitcoin scam, yeah, but also Russia's behind it. Well, no, Cozy Bear went after the vaccine information. I don't know who the Twitter people were. It was an inside job. No, from what they say, they messed with somebody who worked at Twitter. It feels like they're actually, they wanted the money, but they're also Trump supporters. They for some reason they want Trump in, because I've got communications, hijacking communication, taking action to hijack communications. In this case, because Trump's his political energy is very unsteady and about to tumble, and then we've got a whole lot of stress, and the stress he's not going to win because of what he's done in the world coming back to him. This is a Three of Wands. The ship's coming in, what you've sent out coming back to you. And one way or the other, it was involved. I read that question, and literally the words that came into my head were, he can barely tie his own shoes. But I know what you mean. How come the Dems don't have good hackers? Because we're nice? Okay, but was he in any way remotely behind this or encouraging this, other than the obvious insult to injury? Well, he definitely loves when any Democrats look bad, especially Obama. I like people whose Twitter accounts weren't hacked. Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth. The Sword of Truth coming against Trump the man. And the Bright Sun. No, I think he was just enjoying it in general. But he's also being watched much more closely than he was back in 2016. Is what I got from that, which is kind of interesting. Because it's like, oh, I would have thought he'd just do what he's going to do anyway. But, all right, 30. All right, so at 30 was the tweet from Ivanka, and later Donald, endorsing Goya beans, a bribe or personal favor for money or to help with fees or... Oh yeah, there was a big Twitter hack yesterday. Okay, either someone's got the grill going at 12:30, the car out there is in real trouble, or that my house is on fire. I think it's the grill. Let's just go with grill. We have good smoke alarms in the house, so yeah, there's smoke wafting up outside. You're smoking. Thank you. Why, thank you. Ivanka, Donald, Goya. Why? Justice. I think somebody's going to look into this. World. Queen of Swords. 7 of Swords. 4 of Cups. King of Pentacles. Okay. This is the card of investigators. And next to the World card, it can either be a conclusion to an investigation or an investigation that will conclude in a timely manner or something. But the center of it is the Thief card, 7 of Swords. So yeah, what they're doing by promoting an individual product is there are, to the best of my knowledge, there are laws against it. And 4 of Cups, it gives Democrats a whole lot to talk about and more to talk about in hearings. And it reinforces, Donald Trump comes up in the cards as in different guises. He'll come up with as the Page of Swords if it's him as like the bully back in military school. And if that kind of bullying, childish kind of stuff. He'll come up as the King of Wands as just him himself as a man. He'll come up as the Emperor when it's more his power in office. And when it comes up with Trump, the corrupt businessman, King of Pentacles right there. And it just gives theft, Democrats more talking about it, more proof of Trump's corruption. Now, is Trump going to get something specific out of this? Or he was just trying to reward somebody who was associated with the Latino community and he's so desperate for votes? Is Trump going to get something out of this? Ace of Cups. Okay, he was definitely going for the emotion. Definitely going for the emotion. 4 of Wands, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups, 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords. I'm not seeing, I mean, you can just look at this right here, and there are no Pentacle cards, so there's no money here. There's celebration. this is my vacation or retirement card, or it can be, in this deck, it's kind of the people dancing at Mar-a-Lago kind of thing. Here we have a page of swords, but it's also a spy. Can be. Okay, seeing, I'm being drawn to the, it's hard to see, I'm sorry, but he's holding these weird glasses that are kind of like something you'd get from the back of an old magazine, like magic glasses that allow you to be able to see something. The center, I've got the Knight of Cups. So there, it's an emotional appeal, and then of course it's all lies, because he still thinks that anyone who is not Caucasian is somehow subhuman, when, yeah, because he's that bad. And but it's not going to unravel the knot that is the tied up Latino vote, that he himself, because he himself tied himself into knots over that. He stopped himself from being able to make progress overall. There are some people in the Latino community who will vote for Trump because they, in their own countries where they came from, socialism has been such an excuse for dictatorship and cruelty that they equate that, so they don't want America to go the way what they think of as socialism, or just liberalism. So, but for the most part, yeah, I mean, Trump came down the staircase. It was racist. His first announcement as president was a racist rant. So, okay, 37 and a bit. Where are we? Okay, 30. That's a good question. Let me just put in 38. Will he be up to no good cyber-wise in the November election? Actually, I'm going to ask, will we be okay cyber-wise? I'm not going to, honestly, I'm not going to read on something specific, because I think we need to get a general sense if we're going to be okay, and not just like hacking Twitter. I mean, it could be all kinds of things. It could be hacking voter databases. It could be some kind of virus trying to even shut down the internet, just to cause chaos. And what are we missing while Donald and Betsy are promoting reopening schools and their shiny object? Yeah. Yeah, they don't realize how much they're shooting themselves in the foot. So, cyber, America, are we going to be all right, cyber-wise? Okay, I said that and my brain was like, oh, are we talking about Doctor Who? Cybermen? No, we're not talking about Doctor Who Cybermen. Country, are we going to be okay cyber-wise for the election? Oh, that was not a good feeling. Okay. Hang on. And not what I expected. 4 of Cups. The Twitter thing where somebody, an employee, was basically made to, in one way or another, the hackers got the invitation from, not the invitation. The hackers got the information from an employee. So there are going to be more policies in place. Other companies are going to learn from that. Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Queen of Swords, Six of Wands, Chariot. For this election, I think we're going to be okay. This is all the different shenanigans that we're going to have to worry about for voter suppression and what have you. This is the Thief card, Seven of Swords. Trying to steal votes and get more people on their side. Center of it is the Queen of Swords. This is groups of security people, because the swords are often, the court sword cards are often investigators or cybersecurity. It's some kind of law enforcement quite often, and communication. And we have, this card actually feels like, as opposed to the card that's just the whole row of imps in a row, they're all protecting Trump, they're forming a wall. It feels like the wall is like they've all scrunched together so that it looks good, but there are people dropping out of support of Trump is what that feels like. I'm just throwing that out there. And then we move on. So I'm not getting a tower, I'm not getting anything like that. But when I first asked the question and I reached out for the energy, what I got was it will be okay this time. It's in the future we have to worry. We have to give it a few years. Then we'll start having there will be cyber problems. And it's like, oh, and I just get this sense of dread, but it's a few years out. It's like, oh, thanks. Okay. So heads up, everybody. My other car's a TARDIS. Anyway, 42 and a bit. Well, this is an interesting question. 42, 30. Can we ever move to a world of truth and not hacks and propaganda? That's a really good question. Let me reach out for this energy. It's going to take me a minute. Okay. Closing my eyes, I'm reaching out for the energy. Will we ever reach a point? Truth, not hacks and propaganda. Let's see what the cards have to say. Oh, my third eye's suddenly itching. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I've got a bad feeling around my head suddenly. Astral ickiness. It's like, oh, really? Oof. What did I just tap into? Page of Cups. We are in the infancy of information and technology. We are in the absolute infancy. We are babes in arms. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Star, Fool, Strength. Oh wow, this is interesting. Okay. This is the card, I call it the fruits of labor. All right, so you've built your website, you've gathered your information, you've put together your presentation, your you've got your truth, and it's all sort of, but, and I think things are becoming more and more cyber, so I think that's why I'm getting more the cyber bent. Might be residual energy from the last question, but it feels like more of a cyber bent. Like you built the website. I've actually started using a particular program online where I can organize like all different aspects of my life. So you put it all together, and I'm not saying that's the case. We're talking about, will we get away from propaganda? Will we get to the truth? Well, you build whatever you build, but then you get heartache when it gets taken down, or it's the people are trying to throw up shiny objects and attack it and make things look bad, and propaganda and what have you. But there's hope. Right in the center of it is hope and clarity. So that's good. But it's like we have to wait until we're going to get very strong technology, and what it feels, it's very strong strength, and it's the star, which is very hopeful, and aspirations being met. There are some companies it feels like there may even be a company in I don't know, but it feels like there might even be a company in the future that has star somewhere in their name. But right in the middle of this Fool card, it actually feels like what's going to help immensely is some really seemingly chaotic security, where things are going to be double checked. Things are going to be verified. Other things can't be hacked. It'll be harder to spin things. And it's just huge progress in technology and computers and programs and algorithms and you name it. But it feels like if this technology appeared right now, it would be like, whoa, how can that help you? But yeah, there's all kinds of, I think it's technology is what it's saying. Although, like I said, I could be being influenced by the last reading, but I don't think so. I think it's technology that's going to help us get away from a lot of the lies and propaganda. Because there's going to be a lot of technology. We communicate with technology now. I mean, hello. But and then there's quantum computing that's coming, and there's computers that are based in biology rather than like partially biocomputing, and I mean there's all kind of wild stuff that's coming. So that's what I am getting for that. Okay. The needle of truth is hidden under the hay of hacking and illusions, says Helen. Yes, but they won't always be. Some people believe anything they read on Facebook. Yes, but it feels like the computer, as we communicate, computers are going to, they're going to do something that's going to make it so you can't disseminate a lot of the lies that you could before, which of course would have potential for there to be like a big brother kind of thing, but there's something weird in the technology. There's something very new about the technology that we're not thinking about right now. That's what I'll move on. 49. Can read on, okay, has a Dumpty. All right. Let me just shuffle here for a second. Okay, has Dumpty stolen or sold treasures out of the White House? Let's see. Has Dumpty stole stuff out of the White House. Stolen things out of the White House. Sold things. Queen of Swords. All right. Curators, investigators. It feels like the treasures are actually very closely listed what's where. And the people who put these national treasures, as it were, in the White House, it isn't like, oh, it kind of gets lost in the shuffle. Very little gets lost in the shuffle with them, is what it feels like. Hanged Man, Temperance, Judgment, Hierophant, Three of Cups. Nope. Nope. I'm getting that he's used to turning everything topsy-turvy and walking away with whatever he wants, but no, he's got a temperance card right on top of that, and he's being watched. Trump is being watched by the people around him a lot more closely than we think he is. And this is the government, and this is a card of celebration and things being moved on to Democrats. So I'm not getting that Trump's selling stuff. Inventories. State Department keeps an inventory of every item except personal items. Yeah, and trying to, what's the word? When I'm in an alpha state, my vocabulary goes through the floor. Abscond? Is that the right word? Trump trying to abscond with something? It would be a lot more difficult than we think. Why are they watching him on him? I think it's just the staff. There is, I don't think it's anything nefarious. I think when you live in the White House, there are so many people who work there. And so many people in charge of all these different details. From okay, so I have a few more minutes. If anybody has any more questions, just let me know. And actually, while you're typing, I'm going to take some Advil. If you'll excuse me for a second while you're typing. They made the Clintons give back furniture when they left, I believe it. Oh, wait, there's extra in here. I do not want to take extra. No. No. All right, anything in all caps, please, for if you'd like me to read on anything else. Oh, thank you, greeter. I really appreciate you. I really do. Trump hiding data from the CDC. It's quite a cup. Oh, it is. This is the cup. It's got a sleeve, and it's sitting in this pumpkin thing, because I when I'm reaching for things and I'm busy, I've accidentally knocked cups over all the time. So I just was leaving it in here. What's coming up next week? What about Trump hiding data from the CDC? Will they? Of course they're going to screw with it. I don't... Like, if Trump cheats... Sorry about that. Our co-host is, I tried to bribe him with treats, trying to get him to come in here today. And he came, and just before I even got things set up, he was like, nah, I'm gonna go sleep somewhere else. It's like, really? He has a lamp fear after yesterday. He seems okay about coming up here. He's gotten it into his little fuzzy head that he wants to sleep on top of the other cat tree. And yes, I have 2 big cat trees. But the one in the other room, he's decided he likes it there. and then he'll get tired of that, and he'll be back. So I'm sorry, I did try. There were cat treats involved. What's coming up next week? Okay. We miss him. Yes. Yes. Nah, I'm good. You do your thing, Mom. Yeah, exactly. Did 45 fire his election campaign supervisor? Yeah, because he's going down in the polls. And he was humiliated after Tulsa. So, all right, what's next? What's next? Let's just read on. What's the next kind of big? What's the next big thing in American politics? Something with Trump. Probably Trump related. Maybe the courts getting a move on so that Cy Vance's investigation can move forward and other investigations can move forward, because it feels, I've read on this, and it feels like there's a whole bunch of stuff that's just ready to go. They just need the official paperwork. That's it. But everything else, like they need the official records of Trump's stuff. Like they already have like copies they can't use or something because they're not official or whatever, but it's like everything's set. They just need the official thing, and then boom. There's a theory that Trump fired Pascal because he was dating Hope. As the stomach turns. Putin paying a bounty on the military lives. Oh, that was infuriating. Is he paying for the lives of U.S. citizens? Well, they're the military, yes. Once again, what's going on with all the inquiries? Why haven't they got Dumpty pinned down yet? Are they just passing paper around? Oh no, they're going after him. They're going after him. All right, let me see what it's giving me. I'm getting a melted toddler effect from the cards. Sometimes they're just like, oh, just get on with it. So the cards just kind of go, blah. All right. What's the next big thing? Good, bad? Will we be happy? Will we be sad? Will we be furious? Will we be baffled? Will we be like, oh, yes, massive, horrendous, corrupt thing. So yeah, it's Thursday. Or will we be like, yes, popcorn for everybody. Let's see. Knight of Swords. Okay, that's active investigator. That is investigators going after their targets. I like that. Fool. What did I just say? Investigators going after their targets. Guess who? 5 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. Uh-oh. Well, Trump's having them go back to court to try to stop Cy Vance from actually getting his records. Now that, because the Supreme Court said that he has the same rights as everybody else to question the subpoena, but he doesn't have any special rights. So he's absolutely going back to court, and they're also trying to drag it out. Drag it out. So they're trying that, and you know, we've had some hope here. We've had some. You know, it's like, okay, we're not in a horrible country where people like this get away with everything, and the Supreme Court has brought down some stuff, and there's some reason to hope, and okay, it's not all dire. But then I get a sitting, the fortunate card, the sitting pretty card, and the 6 of Wands. And in this deck, I often get Pentacles, or in this case pumpkins, for Republicans, and this is Republicans working together Are the Republicans gonna, are the Republicans really gonna be able to stop I don't have kids, but if I was ever going to, if I could like design something, I would absolutely make certain I would find out when Jupiter was going to be trine the sun, and I would like use my magic wand, and I would have the child born right then, because it gives so much luck. And that's what Trump has. It's infuriating. Oh my gosh, it's reported that teachers in Florida and Texas are writing their wills. Are Republicans going to keep, are they going to be able to stop? 8 of Pentacles. Okay. What is that? What is that? Wheel of Fortune. Republicans are trying to run out the clock. That is their number one goal now. And they're almost willing to get up, at least some of them. Some of them are just done. But some of them are willing to even kind of get up and get the horse moving to try to make certain that bad information about Trump doesn't come out, because they know the damage that is going to do to their reelection. 2 of Wands. Well, Trump just, he's Caligula, or he's an emperor. He likes the spectacle of people fighting each other. Tower. 7 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Oh. That feels like the people who've worked for him, like Mazars, the accounting firm. This is, Trump has lied through his teeth about all of his bankruptcies and his completely failed businesses, and it just huge lies. And it's like, oh, he gets away with it because it's Pentacles. No, this feels like a Rona Graf, or this is a woman who has important information, like financial knowledge of financial stuff, like a Rona Graf would. His long time. She was his personal assistant for like 30 years. Imagine being Donald Trump, working for him for 30 years. It would be like working in a sewer. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, if this feels so strongly, the Republicans are trying so hard to just keep the wheels on the wagon just over the finish line. Nine of Cups, Moon, 3 of Pentacles. They're going to try, but the pieces are going to be put together about Trump. And Republicans will be very unhappy about that, because what the Supreme Court said and what the judges are saying is on the Democrat side. So the Republicans are going to try to, some of them are going to even try to go against what the judges are saying, because you'll notice the judges haven't exactly been quick to put anybody in jail, even overnight. So but is it going, or what's going to happen here? But there's too much against Trump. Matter of fact, something about Russia is going to come back up. Trump, the corrupt businessman. Page of Cups. Ace of Cups. Basically, a lot of this is, there is a lot, because the news is talking about the illness 24/7. Thank you, Linda. And thank you, Keisha. Because, I mean, this is all over the news. If you don't want to hear about the illness, there's no point watching the news. It's 95% this, over and over and over and over and over, hour after hour after hour after hour. If they were not covering this that much, all of this stuff would be, it's all MSNBC would be talking about. Trump, the corrupt businessman. And there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that we are not as privy to. And some things we may have heard about sort of on an off chance, but his situation is a lot worse than even we're thinking about right now. Greeter, I agree, Autumn. Sorry, I know it's out there, but every day tiring and depressing. I understand. It is hard to get through. Let me see if I've got a message for us. Let me see if I've got a message, so that something that can help us get through all of this. How do these people sleep? I understand, Helen. It's just. And now the Republicans are saying that people are making more money on unemployment now than they were in their jobs, so they want to keep, we want people going back to work, and they're trying to use that as some kind of welfare queen excuse, and it's just appalling. It's just appalling. And then there are all these children who are just literally just do not have enough food, which makes me crazy. But anyway, message for us, please. You're not alone. Your guides are trying to help you. Every day. They're sending you positive energy. They are trying to help. And when you're hurting, they feel it. Their energy is not completely separate from yours. It's they're not. It's not like they've taken you over, but their energy is slightly mixed on the edges with theirs. And when you hurt, they feel it. They care. Okay, Six of Wands. Republicans are going to repub. So it's like, yeah, okay. Four of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Judgment, Sun. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Light at the end of the tunnel. Right now, we're not allowed to go see our friends. We're not allowed to. It's all virtual. Our friends would like to make us a cup of cocoa. I would love to make some waffles for you. But we can't. And people's supplies, are dwindling quite a bit. But it's hard to feel any kind of positivity or gratitude or anything like that when you're so scared, which I understand. But there's going to be a change. There's going to be a change. There is a better day coming. There is a better era coming than the Trump era. And we're going to make it out of this. We are. And it's not years and years and years in the future. I think Pink is saying that she has someone in her family who is pregnant and either sick or she's afraid she'll get sick. And it's very scary. very scary. So I know it's hard. I'm here with you. I'm here every day. I wade through this icky energy, and to try to see, kind of, forewarned is forearmed. So sometimes it is just a matter of weathering the storm. And that's what we're doing right now. We are in the middle of a terrible storm. Joyce is saying, will hospitals start rationing care? They already have. In certain areas, yeah. And when they say they've stopped elective surgery, that isn't just, oh, somebody wants their nose fixed. No, this includes all kinds of surgeries. So I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, write in a gratitude journal every day. I'm not one of those kinds of people. But it does help to, one thing I will do quite a bit is I will draw down as much positive energy as I can, and I will greet people in the most positive way I can to try to lift their spirits a little bit. And that always helps me. And I always smile at people when I'm out and about, because I know there are people who that might be the only smile they see that day. I'm not out and about much anymore, but I've always done that. So I know it's hard, but the end for this jerk and his ilk are coming. And the good news is that it's because of this era of Pluto plowing through Capricorn, which has it found the biggest, ugliest rock it could find. And Capricorn rules skyscrapers, and Trump Tower is a monstrosity, and he's a monster. And Pluto said, oh, let me find the biggest, ugliest rock in Capricorn I can find, kick it out into the open for everybody to see just how bad it is, and get some sunlight on the problem. And therefore, we can clear it out. But right now we still have this big stinking thing in the field. And it's hard because we want to get rid of it, and we've tried and tried, but everything we've tried hasn't worked so far. But it doesn't mean we give up, if that makes any sense. But we will get this big clod out of the field. Pluto entered Leo in 1939. Leo, the sign of kings, the sign of dictators, when it's bad. Pluto looked around and said, okay, what's the biggest, ugliest dictator, rotten human being I can find, or rotten human beings I can find? Oh, look. Hello, Adolf. 1939. Pluto went into Leo. Plowed through the field, didn't have to even look around much, just was like, oh, giant, big, ugly clod right there. And it's so big and gross, it's just like crushing, people, and it's this disgusting thing. So we got rid of it. We got the clod out of the field. We got that giant gross thing. We took care of it. Right now, we just have a different gross thing. All right? So, but we will get rid of it. Sun, Fool, 10 of Cups. The sun will come. He will be gone, because this is center of the reading. That's him. That's Trump. But the curtain closes on him, and you get the sun and happy families and Democrats in power. All right? That's going to be it for me for today. Thank you for being here. Deep breath. Relax a little, as much as you can, but hang in there. Don't forget your self-care. Seriously, make sure you spend even just once a day. Take a minute, have a seat, make a coffee, tea, cocoa, whatever. But don't forget about that, because I know I do. I forget. And it's like, no, I could get this done. I've got to take care of this. And it's like, no, I need to sit down. So make sure you're keeping up with your self-care, and you're going to sleep at a regular time, and you actually eat a vegetable today. That those things help. All right? We will get this big, nasty, awful clog thing, orange grossness out of the field. All right? So hang in there, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right? We'll get through this. Thank you. And thank you so much to our troll slayers, our moderators. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. All right, see you tomorrow. Take care.